Rusty's Hot Tips. How you do, cousins? It's Rusty. I hope you had the greatest holidays with family and friends. I'm out here right now, guys, the day after Christmas, and I'm waiting in line to go into a sale of a bunch of pottery that's made locally that's quite valuable, I have found recently. And I wanted to tell you about it and wanted to take you on my journey today. We'll see if I'm able to make any money from this venture, but just take a look. I'm second in line. They haven't even opened the gates yet. Folks, let me pause here for a second and tell you a little bit of the backstory here. I have some local cousins here who, in a conversation, just let it slip that they were going to replace all of their dinnerware with East Fork pottery. That didn't even make me blink my eye. I was just like, oh, all right, great. We started talking about it a little bit more, and when I heard how much it was likely going to cost to replace it with the cost of this East Fork, I about choked on my own tongue, I suppose. And I went to eBay to take a look at the prices of what things were selling for, and I could not believe my eyes. All that to say, I ran out into the warehouse because I knew we had 2 or 3 of these mugs and had for years, been drinking coffee out of them. And I thought, well, we don't really use them much anymore. We'll see if I can turn a buck on these. Let me show you what they did on eBay. All right, folks, here we are. The first of the things I sold are these mugs right here. They're just everyday, normal looking coffee mugs. This particular glaze color is kind of a light brown, almost beigeish, with these little speckles. And you can see they're in pretty good condition here, but they are used. I mean, we drank out of these things. We ran them through the dishwasher, believe it or not. And it's just fine. $300. I put these up for $350, and the next day somebody offered me $300, and I just took it. $300. That's $150 a piece. And then after that happened, I threw this other one up for an auction. And it went for 7 days. It had 5 bids. It had nearly 60 watchers on it. It's an orange, like a bright orange glaze color. And it was just beautiful. And that M, I think, stands for Montford. I think that there was a hotel. So I don't know how, I honestly don't remember how this came into our possession. It was given to us, but $364, folks. So in the matter of 1 week, we sold 3 mugs for $664. And so when you can make this kind of money, again, I think that these were gifts. I was $0 into these. So it's just something to kind of think on here, folks. After seeing how much these things sold for, I started to take a little bit of a deeper dive. I started to do a little bit more research. In fact, why don't I take you through that for just a moment so you can see for yourself. Looking at East Fork pottery, let's roll over here, folks. You can see a lot of things that are listed. I want to know what's sold. Sold items. All right, let's go for the highest first, shall we? Okay, a 24-piece set in eggshell, which is a core color. It's available all the time. Sold for $660 for 24 pieces. And honestly, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good price, I think. Now, this is more like it. 4 pieces for nearly $600. It's $150 a piece here, folks. A mug. I believe this is a juice cup. This is a tiny little bowl here, and this is maybe what they call an everyday bowl, maybe a side bowl, I'm not exactly sure. $600. Here's that same color scheme, that same glaze that the mug that we sold is in, this ember color. That's what they call it. $600 for this little bowl. Oh my goodness. Here's a tiny little, looks like 4 or 5 inches long, this cute little pink. It's in, I guess, a color called Thistle theme. $600, 51 bids for this little Thistle wheel-thrown vase. $600 for an indigo-colored glaze plate, dinner plate. Nice blue color, $500. Here's one, pasta bowl. Didn't say the color scheme there, but it's a beautiful little kind of grayish blue right there. And this yellow in yuzu, I guess, a pair of breakfast bowls. Look how small they are in their hand. $523 for 2 of those puppies. We have here it is, molasses. This is a dark brown color. That's beautiful, almost like a tobacco brown. Again, here's Ember. Again, this is like a nice slick. It's not really matte. It's like a slick glaze. Wheel Throne, $510. And folks, the list goes on. Let me just kind of roll down here. You can see bowls, mugs. Here's the one we sold, folks. I just showed it to you. Rolling on it. Here's the other one we sold. Right there. And the list goes on. Another one, $332, that same kind. But look at this. Look at this stuff, folks. Really, really high prices. And at least in our area, since we're nearby the factory and this company, you know, we have potential opportunities to find this stuff. But here's the thing. This is extra awesome quality stuff. We've used it, and so I can tell you from personal experience, that mug that I sold right here, this orange one, that thing had been run through the dishwasher. That thing had been had coffee drunk out of it, probably dropped, probably scraped against stuff in the dishwasher, various stuff, and that thing still looked like the day that it was handed to us. And so here's the thing. You might think these prices are crazy, but for something that's going to look nice, it's a piece of art as well as functional. And, you know, a lot of people are willing to spend that kind of money on something that's not going to last a long time. Basically, it's like clothing or shoes or anything else. You get what you pay for. You get the nicest stuff, and it's going to last you. Let's head over here now and look at what we got ourselves into after we started seeing the prices on this. All right, $675 is pretty fantastic on 3 mugs, but the story gets even better because you know what? This same cousin told me that they were having this second sale coming up. And I was like, what's a second sale? Well, as the story goes, basically some of the products that they make are not up to snuff to sell in their store or online because of some sort of imperfection. So they were doing this sale at their factory for 40 to 50% off of their normal prices, which is just absolutely fantastic. So I got up early, and that's where I'm going to take you now. My experience going to the factory to buy a bunch of East Fork pottery. All right, there's the gates. And apparently, they've not even opened those up yet. I don't know if maybe they don't open them till 10 o'clock. I don't really know. But they're only going to let 12 people in at a time, and I'm number 2. So that's good news for me.
All right. We're getting real crazy.
All right, this is quite an event here, folks. We got a food truck, we got a drink station, we got porta potties. I had no idea, but just take a look at this. I'm about to get in here. I'm number 2 in line. People are around the side here, probably 300 to 400 people in line so far. And voila, folks. What you're looking at here is the stuff that old Rusty came out with. I had more than this. Flo took a few pieces for herself, and also these same cousins, Josephine and Robert. We call him Bobby. But anyway, old Bob and Joe, they got a few pieces themselves out of this deal, and I'm so glad they told me because I was able to jump in here and get some. This is what's left. This is what I'm going to resell here, and here's the deal. I'm going to go through and tell you. So what we have here are 2 or 3 different glaze color schemes. I'm going to lay these down. So what you're looking at here, I believe that this one is called Panna Cotta. It's not quite super white. There's a super white one called Eggshell. This is Panna Cotta. Right here we have Harvest Moon, and here's one called Morel. They're all similar in look as far as the style, but obviously the glaze color is a little bit different. I bought a few of these. Mugs are real easy. Most people use those. Then we have some other little things here. Here is a style called the Coupe. Coupe. This one right here is in a color called Soapstone. It's like a gray, light grayish blue, real beautiful, I think. And then there's the Panna Cotta right there. Over here we have a couple of a little bit rare in the sense that they aren't a part of their core colors. This is one called Black Mountain. Black Mountain is the name of a town out east of Asheville, North Carolina, where this company is based. And this is a beautiful, just a slate gray or blackish color. It's really gorgeous. This is what they would call, I believe, a mixing bowl. And this right here, it's either a mixing bowl or a popcorn bowl. I think that it's a mixing bowl. And then this is one called Peachy Keen. It's sort of this, I don't know, like a bright pumpkin color. But it's quite gorgeous. I believe that this is no longer produced. Maybe that's been what they call a retired glaze. This one is a fall seasonal color. As we move over this direction, we got some other pretty ones. Here we are again in the Black Mountain and the Peachy Keen. This is a coupe as well, like these coupes over here. And then we have some other sizes. This right here, I believe this is the popcorn bowl right here. And then these are coupes as well. And then we have over here some tiny little, I believe this is maybe what they call a cake plate. It's a small little plate, maybe for a dessert. And then these are some little bowls. Aren't those so cute? This is the Panna Cotta color. Got a little bump there, a little imperfection. Maybe that's why it didn't go out in the first one runs. I'm not quite sure. But I love that little look of their branding on the back there. Very easy to identify. This is a color scheme called Taro, T-A-R-O. It's a very light purple, almost like just a very, very soft, very light purple, almost like a grayish purple color. And these are what would be called dinner plates, quite large. And if I get any of these names of these glazes wrong or any of these sizes or shapes wrong, please feel free to comment. I'm always trying to learn as well. I'm new to this, clearly new to this. I'm hoping to be able to use some of this. Flo is just a fantastic cook, and I imagine I'll get to eat on some of this stuff. And again, it's super worth it. We turn that money from the mugs into money to use for stuff we can use around the warehouse and Flo at her condo, which is great. This is what they would call, I believe, a serving platter. This thing's gigantic. It's about 14 feet. This is not a 14-foot long platter. I'm sorry. It is a 14-inch platter. I'd have had a hard time getting a 14-footer home in the vehicle I had. But anyhow, what we have here, this is a color called Rococo. It's a bright, creamy pink color. It's a statement piece. It's kind of louder. It's a louder kind of glaze color than these others. I love this again. This is the soapstone, but this has a very fascinating impurity in it here. It's like a pink kind of dot. And I put it right here. It's on the back. I put it right next to the Rococo because I don't know. I'm probably wrong here, but what it appears like is that some of the glaze from the Rococo dripped possibly or got mixed in on this right here. Maybe this is just some other issue, but it's the same pink color. So I imagine that's why it didn't go out with the firsts, but functional nonetheless. And some people actually prefer to get the pieces that have those distinct imperfections because these are works of art, folks. It's not just a functional piece. Anyhow, they have a variety of colors. You know what? Why don't I just direct you to the site and you can see for yourself. Here we are, folks. East Fork Pottery's website. What I really want to do is show you the color scheme. And look at this. Yeah, it's top notch. But let me roll down here to the bottom. Here's the people who founded it. Is these couple of gentlemen and this missus here. Look like friendly folks. And here we go. Here's what they have as their core colors: Amaro, Panna Cotta, Eggshell, and Morel. And then, of course, the current seasonals are Rococo and the Black Mountain. But let me just come down here where it says colors, and let's look at this. So this not only shows you what's currently in stock, which is what we're looking at this moment. This is, at the time of this recording, it is December, almost a new year, about out of 2021. But for now, you can still get Rococo and Black Mountain as sort of these seasonal colors. These others here, and then you have this autumnal seasonal here. I showed you the Harvest Moon in the mugs, and I showed you the soapstones as well. I also showed you Peachy Keen and the Tauro. Okay, I didn't have any of these others, but look at these other colors. Orchard, Pinto, which I believe is going to be going out pretty soon, maybe discontinued. That'd be one to take a look at if you can find it. And then probably the best way to get these other colors, folks, as I go back in time, is someplace like Etsy or eBay, or at some type place, an antique store. There is an Instagram exchange group where you can exchange or buy from other people. This is the Ember color, if you remember. This is one that we sold recently in the pines. This nice hunter green type color. But I tell you, blue is my favorite color. I don't know if I'll ever get my hands on a blue ridge, but that's quite gorgeous. Millennial pink, celery, night swim. Ooh, look at that. That is nice. And the lapis. That's beautiful. Really cool stuff, folks. But these are the color options. And they got a store, I guess, in Asheville and also in Atlanta for now. I think they did a big expansion recently. Keep a lookout, folks. These people are going somewhere. I have to say that my impression, based on the time I spent in line with all the customers, is that the people who seek this stuff out, collect it, super nice, friendly people. And then I also have to say, after having a few conversations with the East Fork Pottery staff, and watching how they interact with people, how nice they were, and conversation and stuff, it just seems like a pretty incredible company. And they must take care of their employees real well. So anyhow, I applaud you, East Fork Pottery. You make a really nice product. You hire really nice folks. It seems like they love their job. And in this small way, it's kind of cool to have seen that and have been a part of that, your world for a minute or two. Hope I can make a buck off of it as well. For those people who are not lucky enough to live locally and can get their hands on some stuff that's out of date or retired. But anyhow, folks, if you come across this stuff at antique stores, thrift stores, maybe they don't know what they have, just look on the bottom and see. You could either get yourself a real nice product that would last for quite a while at a really awesome price, good for you, or if you're so inclined, you might be able to sell it and make something. I hope this helped, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. Old Rusty will be back soon with some more tips. Rusty, 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 how